Hi everybody, this is Harmony with Harmony Stitches and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much to everyone that takes some time out of their day to watch these video updates. I really appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing and liking and commenting. That means the world to me, and I love building the relationships with you and just catching up. So last week I wasn't here because we went on family vacation, and I will talk more about family vacation as we go along, but I should be able to do videos every week now unless something weird pops up, but we're back at it here, so let's get started. When I left you last time, I said I was going to continue working on Chalk Full Liberty by Hands On Design to see if I could finish it up before we left on vacation. And this is what it looks like here. I was almost finished with it and I got it done. So I just had to fill in the flowers and some of the leaves and then do the Smyrna crosses in the center of the flowers. And I did it. I think it was Wednesday night right before I went to bed. I may have went to bed a little bit late even just to get this done. But I did it. Oh, I had to do these little like sparkler flower bud things here too. I don't really know what they are, but I had to do those. But I did it. So now what I'm trying to do is figure out where I want to put it in the house and what finishing pieces I have. I was hoping to be able to finish it this morning and show you what it was going to look like on display, but I haven't quite figured it out yet. All of my supplies are up here in the second floor of the house, and it's quite warm up here. So I really only spend as much time as I have to up here. So maybe next weekend I'll be able to get up here before it gets too warm. And well, next week it's supposed to be a little bit cooler. So see if I can find a finishing piece for it to go on. This was stitched on 28 count black Monaco with the called for DMC conversion that's listed on the chart. Kathy from Hands On Design is really good about putting the conversions on there so that way you can stitch with whatever is in your budget. So then I hinted around about a piece that I was going to start to commemorate our vacation. And we were going to Universal Studios in Orlando, and we had two things that we wanted to experience while we were there: the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and Jurassic Park. More specifically, the Velocicoaster. My daughter and I were highly anticipating riding that ride. I read a blog article about it and thought I was probably going to have a heart attack, but I did not, obviously. We ended up riding that ride 3 times. The first full day that we were there, we got on right away in the morning, and it was basically a walk-on. We didn't have to wait. And then we rode it the next night. I believe it might have actually been that night. After a while, all of the days kind of blend together because you don't really have to keep track of time. We did ride it at night. She said it's going to be a different experience, and I hope to be able to do that. And so we waited about an hour to get on because apparently everybody wanted to ride it at night. And then we rode it the morning, I think the morning of the day that we were leaving, we rode it again. Or maybe it was Sunday and Mother's Day. I don't know. But we rode it 3 times. And we rode the Jurassic Park River Adventure twice. That's one where you're kind of in a little boat and it's water ride and you're going to get splashed at the end, and we got splashed. But it was cute because the first time we rode it, the group in front of us didn't know that you were going to get wet. And one of the people in the party was not very happy that they got wet, so we were chuckling about that. And then the second time there was a family of 5 in front of us, and it was just cute watching their experience as well, because they had little ones. So anywho, so I picked a piece that would commemorate our trip, and I will put a picture here. And then I will also put in a picture of what it looked like when we got home from vacation. I did take a picture because I continued working on it this week, and I wanted you to see how far I got on vacation and then how far I was able to get at the end of the week. So this is the Jurassic Park logo, like the original logo from the original movies from the 90s. It only takes 4 colors, which is very handy. I'm stitching it on 28 count white Monaco, and this is where I got by the end of this week. So it's almost, it's about a week and a half's work on this with working on nothing else. And I actually got pretty far even on the first day. I almost got the box and the K finish. Oh, there's fuzz on it. But then I realized that I put the K in the wrong spot. It was a stupid, stupid mistake. And I had to rip out almost the entire letter and some of the stitches, the black stitches on the top. Because what I did, I put the yellow border up here. Yep, the border up all the way from the top to the bottom. And then when I started putting the black in, I just went all the way to the top, and I was supposed to stay down 3 stitches so the yellow border could come across. So the K was too far. It was 3 stitches too tall across the middle of it. So I stitched the bottom part of the K, the gray, and then I stitched the top part. I went around in like a circle. And when I got around to the other side, I'm like, things aren't matching. And I looked and looked and looked, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that I made that mistake. But I got it fixed. But I had to rip out about 100 stitches. So that took me quite a while to rip them out. So then by the time I got them put back in, I was bummed. But still, I got a lot done because we had a lot of downtime that we chose to do during our vacation. So I was able to stitch a little bit in the morning while I was waiting for everyone else to get ready to go. And then we came back in the afternoon. So when my husband and I took a nap, we just hung about, and I stitched then, and then I stitched at nighttime before we went to sleep. So this is, I would say, I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking this is about 1,800 to 2,000 stitches. There's just over 11,000 in the whole entire thing. And I know that I have a long way to go because the dinosaur is pretty big and I just started on its nose. But I'm really excited about this one, especially since it only has 4 colors. I have them on my ring. I didn't even label them. It's 310, 1, and then the orange I think is 609, and then 972 maybe. I don't know. I'm going to label them when I get done. So there's that one. And my family did not know that I was starting a new project. They knew I was bringing one, but they didn't know what it was until we got in the car. And then I told them that I was starting a new one. And my daughter thought it was a Harry Potter one, which doing a Harry Potter one to commemorate our time would have been nice too, because come to find out, we loved the immersion experience that you were able to get in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in both the Islands Adventure Park and Universal Studios Park. But I really like the Jurassic Park logo, so I chose that one. So maybe there will be a Harry Potter one down the road, but I'm not sure. So today I decided to pick up a different whip to see if I could get some progress toward a finish. When I was at the cross stitch store yesterday, I was hanging out for a bit because I hadn't seen them in a while. We were talking about Halloween Rules by Lizzie Kate, and she said, well, the shopper said, I really like that one because you got a quick finish. And I said, you know what, you're right, because 2 or 3 days, 3 days tops, and you're done with the one chart, and then 2 or 3 days tops, you're done with the second chart, so then you're on to the next card, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So Lizzie Kate Halloween Rules is a total of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 little charts, and you get 2 on each one. So this is what it looks like as a whole. And I know that picture is small. And then the designer behind Lizzie Kate gave a free border with the Halloween rules at the top. It's on her website. The website is still up and running. And this one comes with Mind Your Mummy here, and then Sit for a Spell here. So you get 2 on each one, and they're called double flips. I am working on Sit for a Spell. I am almost finished with the cat and the broom. And then I just have to put the words in and finish the border. There's three spiders there, but I'm not worried about those. They're only 6 stitches each. So I am using a combination of the DMC conversion that she lists on the chart. And what I mean by that is one chart she could use Bullfrog and, is it Weeks Dye Works? Weeks Dye Works Bullfrog and list a DMC color for it. But then in a chart down the road, she would use Bullfrog and use a different green for that color. And so instead of purchasing all these different threads and maybe using each one for a couple stitches here, a couple stitches there, I just decided to condense it and just go with one. So if she used 2 or 3 different colors for Bullfrog, I just said, okay, I'm going to use the same green throughout whenever it says Bullfrog. So I hope that makes sense. It's kind of hard to explain. I can't show you because I would be afraid of accidentally flashing the chart. But just trust me. And someone else had commented the last time I worked on this. I kind of complained about it a little bit, so I apologize for that. But someone else commented that they experienced the same thing with a different Lizzie Kate series. So my daughter says that maybe it just happened to be that when she did the first chart, the Bullfrog was this color, but then the next time she used Bullfrog, it was this color over here. So there was a justification of why she used different DMC numbers. And I get that, but when you're on a budget, that's a really hard pill to swallow, that you need to purchase like 20 different flosses. So anyway, enough about that. I am stitching this on 28 count Monaco that I coffee tea dyed myself. It is a little light, so I think her conversion uses white by DMC, and I think I changed mine to B5200 just so it would stand out a little bit more. So I'll just show you, and then we'll talk about what I've done this morning. So this morning I noticed that on Greet a Ghost, the eyes weren't done on the little ghosts. So I did the eyes. So that means that I have 4 blocks completely finished, and I only have 8 more. And I know like 8 seems like a lot, but when each one can get done in 2 to 3 days, that's really not a lot of work. So I might actually stitch on this for longer than today, depending on how long oh, there's a dog hair on here and it's driving me crazy. I don't get a lot of dog hair in my pieces because the dog doesn't generally sit in my spot, and he's a short hair dog, and so okay, but anyway, I'm just off on tangents today. And then I had the tail and 1 row of the cat done already. So I finished up the body of the cat. His nose is done as well. I don't know if you can see that. It's a really light green or a light blue. And then I'm putting in the broom, and the broom is almost done. Then there's 3 little spiders over here on this side, and then the words. The words take no time at all. And then I have to finish the border. The border's almost halfway done. Again, that takes no time at all because you just whip around. And then I will start on Mind Your Mummy. And there's really not a lot to Mind Your Mummy either. You know, the skeleton is the biggest one. There's a little frog there on his shoulder. And then two pound signs for whatever reason. I don't know. But and this one doesn't have a border because when you do them as a whole, you leave these borders off. And so there is no border. So I just have to stitch the words and the mummy, and I'm done. So I'm hoping to be able to finish this card, which is these 2 charts, which I think I can do. And then to continue on and maybe get another one done. If I get this one done at least, then I will be 50% done with the cards, but then I still have the top border that is a freebie from her website that is not included in these charts. Does that make sense? So I won't be quite 50% done, but I will be 50% done with these cards. So my goal would be to try to get 2 cards done by the time I set this down, because then I could almost claim that I was 50% done with the entire project because of the top border. So, and as I go, I'm adding the side border as well. That is not included in the little charts. It's part of the free border piece. So I'm really happy with the way that this is coming out so far. I do like the colors and that were ultimately chosen from her conversions. And I already have the piece that I'm going to mount it on. I can't really show you because it's big, but just I will tell you what it is and you can envision it. And then when I finally get it done sometime in the future, then I will include a photo of it because I won't be able to get it on camera. Last year we went to a flea market and I saw this the second that we walked halfway around. It was at the park and there was all these vendors and I walked halfway around and I saw it and I told my husband I want that. And they had 2 of them, but I like this one the best. And then we decided to make another loop and I said, nope, we need to go back and get that. And he said, okay, so he went back to get it for me. It is an older metal ironing board. It's just the metal, no cover, anything like that. It's in a deep green. And I don't have a floss that's that color, but it's a deep green and it's kind of distressed, which the distressed parts will probably get covered up with the chart. But I'm envisioning putting, this is perfect, the perfect width to go in the center of the ironing board and then to make some kind of swaggy bow thing to go on top. And I'm not really good at making those, so I might commission someone to make one for me, or I'll just buy some things already pre-done at like Hobby Lobby or Joann's and put them together and then stick it on. But the cool thing about it is it's a metal ironing board. And 2 cool things, that since it's metal, I can just put the magnets on and it will stick right to it. I don't have to worry about anything else. And then you don't have to hang it. You can stick it anywhere in your house where you have a spot to display something. The second thing is that it's green. So it goes with this Lizzie Kate piece, but it would also go with a Christmas piece. So she also has Christmas rules. I haven't looked into getting them yet, but I'm thinking about that one or something different. My hold up on choosing which one is I don't do Santas. I know I stitched them some in the not Christmas in July, 12 days of stitching last December, but I'm giving those away as gifts this coming year. But I don't do Santas in my house. So, I don't know, maybe I would skip that chart or something. I'm not really sure, but anyway, I just think it's going to be a versatile piece that I can use it for multiple months, not just Halloween or not just Christmas, but the fact that it's green, I think would serve me really well. And it's just sitting here mocking me. It's right over here and it's mocking me. So I thought maybe I would pick this up and try to make some kind of progress on it. Okay. All right. Enough about that. Let's put this away. I have one more thing to show you and talk to you about. And then that's it for this week. I did not touch Lady the Flag. I just wasn't into it and I was just really excited to continue working on Jurassic Park. So I will get my stitches in. It's what, 639 or something like that I need to do for the challenge. I'll get it. It's just not today. And I woke up with a headache today. And so this morning when I would have had the energy to make good progress on it, I just didn't. But that's okay. All right. So for Mother's Day. Mother's Day is always a hit and miss, guys. Sometimes I'm not even told Happy Mother's Day. I don't like the day in general. Even before I became a mother, I did not like the day. And I think some of you are probably with me on this. before we left, I was gifted a ring. They said that they didn't want to have to try to get it through TSA, which, come on, let's be real. You wear a ring and nobody's going to make, you know, bat an eye. They gave me a ring, and I had put it on my wish list because it's a like a fidget anti-anxiety ring. It has little balls on it and you can just fidget with them. And I thought that might help with some of the anxiety that I feel sometimes. And actually, I think it does help. I've been wearing it since I got it. Well, since we got home. So then I thought that was it, that we, you know, Mother's Day, we were going to go to the park, and then we already planned to go to a movie. We already had our tickets purchased for that night. We went to see the second Doctor Strange movie at the City Walk Shopping District at Universal. So I thought that was it. But then after I got out of the restroom in the morning while we were all getting ready, there was a present on my space in the hotel room. So that was very lovely because they took the time out to give me a surprise. They stashed it in their travel bag, and I had no idea that they did that. So it was very lovely. So they had picked out this, and I hope that there's not a glare. It is Chiltern hat. I think I'm spelling that correctly. Chiltern hat. I said, oh, that's a very lovely hat. I haven't seen that before. My husband said, well, you had sent me a picture of it once. I do that sometimes. If I see a design and I get really excited about it, he's really the only one that I have to share it with, so I will send a screenshot to him. So I must have done that with this. They got me the pattern, and then they did get me, I had on my wish list a handy gauge ruler or something like that. So they didn't know what I was talking about, so they got me this, which is fine. I didn't really need it, but having a ruler in every single one of your project bags is great. It's because almost every single hat you need to, or every project you need to, you know, go 4 inches here or do ribbing for 2 inches or, you know, whatever. So I'm not mad. I don't think this is the one that I wanted, but I can't remember. And they said we didn't know which one you wanted, so this is fine. I think I wanted the 4-inch, you know, the 4-inch one where it has like the kind of L in it so you can measure your gauge, but this will work just fine. So I'm not mad. It's just, I don't know. Anyway, and then they got me the yarn, and I don't know, is this the called for yarn? Let's see. I took this out, but I didn't even look to see if it was the called for yarn. Let's see. It just says sport weight yarn. Oh, blue/white original version is Milla Mia. Millamia. That's not what they got me, but they got me some sport weight yarn, it looks like. They went to the little yarn shop at the SVRC Marketplace in Saginaw, Michigan. The owner's name is Kristen, and she is amazing at helping you find the yarn for your project. So she must have helped them with this. This is called Good For You. And then it has another name here, but I don't, whatever this says. I'm not good with pronunciation. Cladaw. So they got me this gray color, and it's called Abyss. And this looks to be pretty affordable. The price tag is on here. It's 164 yards. And I think that's pretty cool. And then this one is kind of a teal green. And this one is called 5070. This one doesn't have an actual name to it. It has a number. So these two colors for this hat. So it won't be as contrasting as this, because you put white with almost any color and it's going to be high contrasting. But I really think that the gray would be the base and then the green would be the design, I'm thinking. And I think that will be a fantastic hat. So that was a very, very big surprise because I was not anticipating anything. And I'm so happy that they did that for me. So anyway, that is all that I have to share. Oh, and the pattern came printed out, so she must have printed it, and she put it in a sheet protector, so that way it would keep it nice. It was in perfect condition when I got it, and it went through TSA. So that was very cool. All right, so that's all that I have to share with you today. Thank you so much for being patient with me while the 1 week I had a headache, and then I came back for 1 week and then went on vacation. So thank you for being patient. Thank you for taking your time out to watch my videos and to comment and chat with me a little bit each week. And until next week, I hope that you get some crafting time in, whether it's on a whip or something new, or if you decide to try something that you've never tried before. So until next Sunday, bye.